Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Elizabeth and I'm with Pentry Peony. And every year this time before Christmas, I love to play off of the 12 days of Christmas and really do a fun crafting series to inspire you, to inspire me to create more this holiday season. This year, I personally was craving a very nostalgic Christmas. Crafts that really harken us back to our childhood, crafts that create connection and creativity, and just really bringing it back to a slower pace for the holidays, because we all know it can get so busy. So I created a series called the 12 Days of Nostalgic Craftsmas. And every single day for 12 days, I showcased a new craft that either was inspired by y'all from your own childhood crafts or inspired by myself from my own crafts that I did with my mother. I'm so excited to show you all of those crafts now, and I hope it inspires you to make something fun and beautiful this Christmas. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and I'm always open to answer any questions you may have.
I am so excited to introduce this new series, Nostalgic Craftsmas. It's where I'm revisiting some crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. And today we're starting off with one of my absolute childhood favorites, the peppermint candy Christmas tree. I remember making these every year with my mom, and they still bring back the sweetest memories. To make your own, grab a styrofoam tree, a pile of peppermint candies, and some greening pins. Start at the bottom and pin your first peppermint in place, and then pin the next one and the next one until you complete that first row. And then you're going to go up the next row directly above and work your way up the entire tree, one candy at a time. Now, when you get to the very top, make sure that you press the greeting pins down and not across, because you don't want them to go through the tree. Once you're done, you can add a fun ornament topper. I just used an ornament ball. And the best part with this one is that you can enjoy the peppermint candies after you make them. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to show you what I have for day 2. Welcome back to day 2 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, a series where I'm revisiting some crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. Now, I don't remember making these exact stars as a kid, but we definitely made a lot of paper stars growing up. And this year I made these stars for my children's school gala, and they turned out so cute that I knew I had to bring them into my Christmas decorations too. To make them, grab a square piece of paper. I actually cut mine down for a smaller star. Then you fold corner to corner and repeat the other way. Next, fold the paper in half lengthwise and widthwise and cut halfway up the lengthwise and widthwise marks. Now create each point by folding the edges in toward those diagonal folds. Add a little hot glue to secure the points and repeat the entire process to make the other side of the star. Now hot glue the two pieces together to create your entire star. The beauty with this project is you can make them in any size, and they're so festive and inexpensive to make. Thank you so much for following along. I cannot wait to show you day 3. Welcome back to day 3 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, where we're craving a nostalgic Christmas filled with handmade treasures. Today I'm sharing one of my favorite Christmas DIYs to date, a beaded sequin ornament. These always remind me of the beautiful vintage ornaments that I spot while thrifting, and I'm endlessly inspired by the patience and handiwork that went into them. To make your own, gather a styrofoam ornament ball, straight pins, sequins, beads, and a strong craft glue. I'm using Beacon's Power Tack because I love its consistency, but honestly, any of Beacon's craft glues will work. Start by creating a simple hanger at the top of your ornament, then place a bead and a sequin on a straight pin. Dip the pin tip in glue and press it into the styrofoam. Continue working in neat rows around the ornament, adding beads and sequins one pin at a time. When you're done, you'll have a show-stopping piece that feels truly special, just like the vintage pieces that inspired it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you for day 4. Welcome back to day 4 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, a series where I'm revisiting some crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. Today's craft is the simplest of the whole series, but honestly, it's the most nostalgic for me. I made these every single year as a child. We're making beaded candy cane ornaments, and they only require 2 things: tri-beads, tree beads, I really don't know how to say that, and pipe cleaners. To make one, all you have to do is thread the beads onto a pipe cleaner. You can play around with the colors or create fun patterns, whatever feels festive to you. Once you reach the end, just roll each end of the pipe cleaner into a circle to secure the beads so they don't slide off. Then bend it into that classic candy cane shape. This is such a wonderful craft for kids. It helps with fine motor skills, and it's perfect for a holiday craft night, as long as you don't mind beads rolling everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for day 5 tomorrow. Welcome to day 5 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, a series where I'm revisiting crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. When I polled y'all a few weeks ago, so many of you said that orange pomanders were one of your favorite childhood crafts. And honestly, after I did some researching, I realized that they date all the way back to medieval times when people carried them for fragrance and even good luck. Let me show you how I made mine today. I started by attaching a ribbon to the orange using greening pins, partly so it can hang, but also because it's just pretty. Then I used a wooden skewer to lightly sketch my design. I kept mine very simple, but you can really go elaborate with this. Next, I used the skewers to poke little holes, and then I added the cloves one at a time. Then you can finish by rolling it in spices, but I honestly just stopped there. It's easy, nostalgic, and fills your home with the most beautiful scent. Thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow for day 6. Welcome back to day 6 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, a series where I'm revisiting crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. Today's craft is one I've wanted to try for a while. I've seen versions all over Pinterest and social media, and we are making a pipe cleaner Christmas tree. Start by cutting your pipe cleaners into quarters, then bend each piece in the middle to form the little branches. Next, hot glue the branches onto a cone, working from the bottom up. I used a styrofoam cone, but honestly, you can use any cone you have on hand. Just make sure the pipe cleaners are glued close together so the tree looks full. Once everything is attached, gently bend and fluff the branches to give your tree some shape. You can leave it here, or you can add embellishments like I did. I had some leftover sequins and beads from my beaded ornament project. And I also added a sequin tree topper and a thrifted thread spool as the base. I love how it turned out. Thanks for watching. I will see you for day 7 of Nostalgic Craftsmas. Welcome back to day 7 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, a series where I'm revisiting crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. Today is another quick win, and it's proof once again that pipe cleaners are one of the most versatile Christmas craft supplies out there. If you don't already have some on hand, I definitely recommend grabbing a pack. We're making the sweetest little beaded wreath ornament, and all you need are 2 things: tree beads, tri-beads, I still don't know how to say that, and a pipe cleaner. Start with your pipe cleaner and begin threading beads onto it. I went with a simple red and green color scheme, but honestly, you can choose whatever makes you happy. Keep adding the beads until you have about 6 inches left on each end. Then bend the beaded sections into a circle and then twist the ends together to create a cute little bow. And that's it. Hang it onto a tree, add a pin to turn it into a brooch, or tie it onto a gift for an adorable gift topper. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for day 8. Welcome back to day 8 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, a series where I'm revisiting crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. Today we're doing a fun twist on my thrifted versus styled series by making a paper chain garland from a 50-cent thrifted copy of The Night Before Christmas. I made one of these years ago for the blog, and it's still one of my most popular posts, so let's recreate it. And don't worry, I don't feel bad repurposing this one. As you can see, Kevin, maybe from Home Alone, already scribbled all over it. It's well loved and perfect for crafting. And to make it, gently remove the pages from the book. I use the whole thing, then use a paper cutter to slice the pages into 1.5-inch strips, then start linking your chain, loop one strip, glue it closed, then feed the next strip through and repeat. Keep going until you run out of strips, and there you have it, the prettiest little garland. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow for day 9. Welcome back to day 9 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, a series where I'm revisiting crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. Today's project involves, you guessed it, pipe cleaners. At this point, I'm tempted to rename the series a Pipe Cleaner Christmas because they're just so fun, inexpensive, and incredibly versatile. We're making another sweet little garland, and all you need are pipe cleaners and wire cutters. Start by cutting each pipe cleaner in half. I'm using these metallic gold ones from Michael's for a fancy touch, but honestly, any color will work. Take each piece and twist the ends together to form a loop, then interlace the next loop through it and twist to connect. Continue this pattern until you've created a whimsical, sparkly garland. You can hang it on the tree, drape it over a doorway, or layer it on your mantle like I did. I hope you enjoy this simple yet surprisingly fancy DIY. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 10. Welcome back to day 10 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, a series where I'm revisiting crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. Today we're making another pipe cleaner craft, and honestly, these might be the cutest ones yet. We're creating miniature pipe cleaner wreaths, and they are incredibly sweet and so versatile. Let me show you how to make them. Start by tightly winding a pipe cleaner around a pen or marker to create a swirl shape. Then repeat that 2 more times so you have 3 swirls. Next, thread those swirls onto another pipe cleaner, pull everything tight, twist to secure, then trim the ends with wire cutters to form your wreath. Now for the fun part, embellishing. You can add a tiny bow or go all out with gems, sequins, and glitter like I did. I used Beacon's Glitter It to attach the glitter and their 3-in-1 glue for the sequins and embellishments. To finish it off, I added a pin to the back because brooches are making a huge comeback, and this makes the sweetest little accessory or gift for the holiday season. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you for day 11. Welcome back to day 11 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, a series where I'm revisiting crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. Today's craft is one of the easiest and most nostalgic glitter ornaments, and the secret to getting that perfect shine is Beacon's Glitter It. Start with a clear, clean ornament, glass or plastic is fine. Remove the topper and pour a little Glitter It inside. Slowly swirl it around so it coats the entire inside of the ornament, then pour out the excess. Make sure the entire inside is coated because otherwise the glitter won't stick. Then add your glitter. I used a tiny thrifted funnel, but you can make one from paper. Pour in the glitter and gently turn the ornament around until the inside is completely covered. It's really like watching magic happen right before your eyes. Save any leftover glitter in a junk jar for future projects. Once the ornament dries, put the topper back on, add a sweet ribbon, and you're done. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for the final day of Nostalgic Craftsmas. Welcome to day 12 of Nostalgic Craftsmas, a series where I've been revisiting crafts from the past to inspire creativity and connection this Christmas. I can't believe we've reached the final day. It's bittersweet because I've had so much fun sharing these nostalgic projects with you and hearing your own stories and memories along the way. For our last craft, I'm ending with one that I made every single year with my mom, a classic candy wreath. First, add a hanger to your wreath form. I'm using a pipe cleaner because I've had so many lying around, but honestly, any string or ribbon will work. Then wrap the entire wreath form in ribbon. This gives you a pretty base and helps everything stay secure. Next, start hot gluing the candies on one at a time. Think of it like working a little puzzle. Don't overthink it. I don't follow a pattern, but my only rule is not to place 2 of the same candies right next to each other. Keep going until the whole wreath is covered, add a bow, and that's it, a sweet nostalgic craft to close out the series. Thank you so much for following along. I would love to know which craft was your favorite.
I would love to know in the comments below which craft was your favorite, if you're going to be making any of these, and if any of these reminded you of your own childhood. The beauty with all of these is that honestly, they're very inexpensive to make. Most of them included pipe cleaners, which is just like a couple of bucks. Anyway, I had so much fun with this series. I really, really appreciate all of your support, and I hope you have so much fun crafting this holiday season. Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you soon, guys. Thank you.